class. There's still some shakeups, and there's still some room for some shakeups. Marchbanks, as you said, coming in with a 2-1. Drake, as you said, the spoiler, a 36-2. I didn't hear necessarily what happened with Derek Drake in Moto number 1, but I know that obviously it wasn't anything that he wanted, coming out with a number with a 36th place finish. But Lance Kobush had his issues there in Moto 2 after dominating so well in Moto 1, and yeah, I think it's going to come down between the 82 and the 99. That should be the good battle we see for the championship here in Moto 3. But they got to get off the
championships too for Marchbanks. He's got, this would be he is a 4-time Loretta Lynn's champ. The number 82 Kawasaki rider's got one in the 65 7-9, one at 85 9-11, and then a couple of 12 to 14 titles last year. So Marchbanks has slowly worked his way up. He's got 4 titles right here. That's what we're looking at.
Wow,
1, 2, 3,
this could be
4.
number 5 then.
Yep. Now,
if he didn't already, he might already have number 5. Did he get any earlier today? I don't recall.
I don't remember. Jason, have we crowned Marchbanks yet? Is this going to be his first title, or has Garrett Marchbanks gotten a title yet? I think he's working on it right here. Well, he is about to possibly pull down his 5th title. And the haze of the premix now. The heads go down watching the gate. The gate is down on the ground. And I do see a Kawasaki rider close to the front. Got that lime green. Jason Wygant way up on that machine. It's Garrett Marchbanks with the early start around the outside. Could it be the 33 of Derek Drake challenging early? Or is that Connor Molinax? Man, it's tough to see, even on a screen. But it is 82, Garrett Marchbanks out front. Look at that horsepower coming along the inside.
Marchbanks will get the credit for the whole shot as well from Bell Helmets. He rolling through the 10 Commandments now, still in control of the situation. What we got going on back there? A lot of position jockeying going on.
And it looks like Lance Kobush now on the Kawasaki, possibly into the number 2 spot. So the Kawasaki Teamsters running 1 and 2. And Kobush pretty strong in with 1-3 Moto score. So really and truly, if Kobush can get around Garrett Marchbanks, they would be tied in points. Is that right?
I believe that would be correct. We got a 1-3 and a 2-1. So we got 4 and 3 coming in. So you doing the math there in your head? Looks like I think you may be right, sir.
Actually, Marchbanks would still win and be.
Yeah.
No, he would go 2-1-2. That'd be 5 points. 1-3-1 would be 5. The tie goes to the 3rd and final Moto. So we got some drama cooking here. The number 82 of Marchbanks is going to square off with the number 99, his teammate. There's no friendship when you hit the track, though. But he's pretty much not even going to put that into contention. He's going to say, you know what? I'm not even going to chance that. There's Greg Brotman from Road and Dirty getting the shot. And the number 82, the man-child, Garrett Marchbanks.
Rolling.
Eats a big old T-bone steak in the morning with about 12 eggs, big old gallon of protein. Gets
Ryder got that
press.
finish line dialed in there as he rolls over the Thor Tunnel jump, now down in front of the world-famous Loretta Lynn billboard. The major moguls developing around back now. We got Lance Kobush into the number 2 spot. The possible spoiler today of Derek Drake back at 3rd. Connor Molinax, the 88 in 4th. Kobe Hefner in 5th aboard the 93. Parker Mashburn now 6th. Justin Rodbell in 7th. Mason Gonzalez 8th. Palmer Neely in 9th. Seth Hammaker rounds out your top 10.
And we are watching here on Racer TV, the number 82, Garrett Marchbanks. A hot commodity, man. Everybody wants a shot at Garrett Marchbanks. They want to sign him to a big long-term 30-year. That's the number we're hearing. Alex Rodriguez numbers.
30 year.
A 30-year contract would see him all the way to the plus 45 class. Unprecedented 30-year, $65 million guaranteed contract. I'm just making up numbers, making up everything. Just totally lying here.
No,
Let's
you're
start
not.
some rumors, man.
You gotta be basing that on something, right?
No, I do know there's a lot of interest, obviously. With this kid, he's won a pair of titles last year, working on his 5th Loretta Lynn's championship. So, absolutely, I would love to sign this kid if I had a team and wanted to carry him all the way into the pro ranks. And typically, you'll see those deals kind of come together that'll take them all the way through their amateur and maybe a year or 2 into the pro ranks. I believe that's what Sean Cantrell has already set, ready to go over at Troy Lee. I think Charbonneau's got his deal in place for Geico Honda. They're still waiting on Fortner's. Fortner got his deal signed, sealed, and delivered. They just have not announced it. I believe the deal's done, just haven't made a formal announcement. And there's Garrett Marchbanks establishing himself. I think he and Pierce Brown and Derek Drake are going to be some bad dudes over the next few years. In fact, they are bad dudes. And throw in Lance Kovish in there as well, Connor Mullinax, a good group of mini cyclists about to invade the schoolboy class. Good luck dealing with these little animals.
3.2 seconds separated first and second of Marchbanks and Kobish at the end of lap number 1. As we roll through lap number 2, a 5-second deficit now as Marchbanks goes 2:02 and a 2:03.9
off the pegs. Rodney, he came through your section there. The trenches, they're not even ruts anymore.
No.
They are ditch witch trenches. Both feet were off the pegs, never chopped the throttle.
It's what you call determination. It's what you call great skill and being basically one with your machine. These kids spend so much time on the machine. You can tell when they cohese with their bike and become one. It's like fluid. I mean, they move so much like fluid out on the racetrack, and even when they make mistakes, they somehow seem to smooth it out.
Chase Stallow up here popping the shoes off. Smells like vinegar here in the tower, folks.
Woo, mercy sakes
like
alive.
chips.
It hit me about the time you said it.
You smell
It
that?
smacked me right in the face.
Chase Stallow, 7 hours with the shoes off, letting the puppy's hair off. He's that guy when he gets on the plane, pops those shoes off there barefoot on the plane. Everybody's like, what is this guy? I mean, seriously? Barefoot on a plane? Chase Stallow rolling the dice here with foot and mouth disease, all the other diseases you can get, walking around barefoot at the ranch.
I'm afraid to smile. I feel like I got to scratch it off my teeth right now.
We're watching Garrett Marchbanks here on RacerTV, getting it done over the Rocky Mountain itself. And he is out to a comfortable lead, 5 seconds, leaving nothing to chance. Lance Kovish, if he wants this championship, he has got to catch up with Garrett Marchbanks.
Well, one of the tightest races I see on the racetrack right now is Parker Mashburn challenging Connor Mullinax as they headed into lap number 3 there. There were 0.6 of a second separating the two and a full second in difference in their lap times. So see if we can catch up with that coming up here in a moment as your leader Marchbanks nears the completion of now lap number 3 at 2:01.8, which is the fastest of the Moto so far. He had a 5-second lead over Lance Kobush last time around, and this could put him as far as 7 seconds if Les Kobush picks up the pace.
Look at that, man. Perfect form coming out of that left-hander. Kept the bike centered right down that rut. It is so easy to catch a peg. I mean, seriously, those ruts are that deep and that wide. You can really tweak an ankle if you are not careful and don't keep those feet kind of kicked up a little bit. You let that toe drag, it'll snatch your foot right off of that peg.
This is where a lot of experience can come into play for these kids, even in the Super Mini 1 class, when you get track conditions as technical as this, I believe, Kevin Kelly.
Yep, going into the 10 Commandments, the GoPro 10 Commandments. And Garrett Marchbanks, nobody can handle this kid. Try to wrangle him up at the number 82. The man-child, too much, too strong.
All right, you know, watching him ride here in the second and third motos today, I got to scratch my head and wonder what happened in Moto 1 that he got second place.
That's a good question. I don't recall announcing that race. A 2:01 for Garrett that time around. A 2:05 is the next fastest lap out there. He was 4 seconds quicker than anyone out there. Almost a sub-2 lap time for Garrett Marchbanks.
That's amazing on one of these Super Minis. Especially,
he's a big kid. I mean, typically he's a big kid. He's going to be slower because the bike's got to lug his big butt around. But Garrett, man, he sees no brakes. Just take that brake pedal off the bike.
Sometimes riders find that groove, like we said, in that flow, and he's that fluid right now. And Garrett Marchbanks still continuing to stretch lead out. I wonder how things are going to be going for Mashburn and Mullinax this time around. As we said, a 0.6 of a second deficit. The last time, actually, they turned identical lap times that last time around, so there was nothing gained there by Mashburn, nothing lost by Mullinax. Very interesting the way they turned it, 2:08.53 and 2:08.57. That's nearly as identical as you can get in speed.
And again, we continue to watch Garrett Marchbanks destroy this racetrack right now at 2:03 that time. So the wheels coming off now for Garrett Marchbanks. There's that battle we're talking about. The KTM riders slicing and dicing. Not sure if that's Mullinax and Mashburn, but it's Orange Brigade teammates, no doubt. That's the number 88. That is Mullinax with Parker Mashburn. Look at them side by side. Mullinax on the machine just in front of Parker Mashburn in that all blue. Mullinax got a little bit of white on his jersey in front of the billboards we go. And they have got Justin Rodbell.
Yeah.
Looks like he's coming to play as well.
Mullinax actually losing some time there, it looks like, on the 88. I think that's Rodbell that is challenging Mashburn now instead of Mullinax, to be honest with you.
You might be right.
Well, looking at the times, none of them are racing anywhere close to each other now. We may be looking at lapped riders at that point. A lot of things changed on that lap, though. If you look at that, we go to a 10-second gap between first and second, 4.4 seconds between second and third, 9 seconds back to fourth, 7.2 back to fifth, another 7.3 back to sixth, and then 1 second back to Mason Gonzalez, the number 22 Husqvarna rider. Kobe Hefner, another 3 seconds back in eighth. Palmer Neely is ninth. Seth Hammaker rounds out your top 10. He's a half second off pace with Neely now. And as we look 11 through 20, just scoring them here now at near the halfway point. We got Exenderis aboard the 71 and the 11th. Chase Fosnot is 12th. Austin Black, the 55 and 13th. 21 of Bryce Hansen in 14th. Marcus Phelps, the 35 and 15th. The 85, Caden Niffing in 16th. 42, Logan Boy is 17th. The 20, Anthony Rosemeyer is running 18th. Luke Neese, the number 12, is 19th. And Ezra Hastings, the 51, rounds out the top 20.
We continue to watch this battle on your Racer TV screen. What a great battle. A couple of KTM teammates going at it. 10 minutes into this race, Super Mini won the third and final moto. Garrett Marchbanks marching away. He put a couple of heaters together and was able to open up 10 seconds over Lance Kovish. Kovish needed to beat him. He would have tied him on points, and tie being broken by the third moto, but never close enough to Garrett Marchbanks. And we continue to watch. It looks like maybe Derek Drake there. God, I wish I could see that screen better.
I believe that's, wow, some changes going on there. As I believe that may have been Rodbell. Mullinax back up to the number 5 spot. So that was Mullinax, and then Rodbell was right behind him by a couple of seconds. So we see Mullinax actually in that battle did make that pass and move back up. So they've been kind of yo-yoing back and forth right there, man. They have had a good battle this moto. Probably one of the most competitive in the whole field of riders out here.
Oh, no doubt. You can see him on your screen. Oh, and he goes right for him on the inside. I'm not sure if he made the pass. Look at the world's fastest pan as they work their way down the straightaway that leads to the right-hander into the 10 Commandments, and they have just not let each other go. They're going to talk about this race when they go home, man. We were killing it.
Oh, this is the bench race of the century.
Into the 10 Commandments we go. The pass is made again. The race, it just won't go away. Go away, race. So championship number 5 in the balance for Garrett Marchbanks. Kovish 11 seconds back. It's all Garrett Marchbanks. He's been a couple of seconds quicker than Lance Kovish since the drop of the gate. Kovish looking good, though. He's second in the championship. Connor Mullinax fighting to hold on to that third place. He is third place in this championship run. Sits 5th in the moto, Rod. Rod the Bud. All right. All right. Hey.
So Mullinax gotten back around Rodbell again? Is that what we're looking at?
I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is they just keep swapping back and forth there.
Barry. Barry.
You know, if they finish up the way we do now, we'll start talking about top 10 overalls, because I know a lot of folks are curious about that. Marchbanks, Kobush, 1 and 2. Connor Mullinax going 4.45 would score right now 3rd overall. Actually, just checking in there with a 4.45. Now he goes to 3rd overall. Justin Rodbell, 6.56, goes to 4th overall. So this is really a battle, not only for position on the racetrack, and though they may be battling for 5th and 6th place position right now, that battle between Mullinax and Rodbell is actually a battle for the 3rd place overall position. So there's a lot more weight bearing down on this particular race that we're watching between these two than probably what we realized.
These guys have been battling the entire moto. Fantastic race going past the mechanics area. Mechanics area chock full, the Yamaha mechanics area. They've got sound. They've got the fans up there. They've got the computer screens, man, that's the place to be, man. I remember when I used to pit for my brother. You couldn't see jack except when they came by, and that was it. It was like being at Troy, Ohio. Now you can actually see pretty much the entire racetrack. You're getting all the information fed right from us, albeit sometimes it's completely wrong. And they're probably going, come on, guys, get it together. It's a long day here.
Well, the battle we're watching on screen and have been watching for the last bit was the battle for 5th place between the 88 of Connor Molinex and the 58 Justin Rodbell. Again, the battle for 3rd place overall. Garrett Marchbanks with a 2-1-1 looking to have the championship locked up here on board the number 82. Lance Kobush to the 99s. 1-3-2 would be good enough for 2nd. And like we said, that's the battle for 3rd. We've been watching and now picking up on your leader, the 82 of Marchbanks, as he
punishes that motorcycle. Just, wow, everybody, look at that. You can see all the promoter, even Kerry Joe out there working it, getting everybody pushed over, letting that rider making sure he is A-OK. We've got flaggers, we've got everybody on the racetrack. Rider safety is paramount here. And the leader's doing a great job. That was Garrett Marchbank working his way through that yellow flag area. Did not dare double.
So Marchbanks making it happen here at Loretta Lynn's in 2015. Kobush 10 seconds back in 2nd. He still has the number 2 plate here for 2015. And again, Molinex and Rodbell swapping back and forth. Actually, Rodbell just dropped back to 7th place, so I think Molinex may secure 3rd place overall with a 4.45 now. So here we are in the waning moments of the Super Mini 1 12 to 15-year-old class. Just a few more laps left to go. Ooh, nearly a little swap out there, but look at that, how still technical this track has become late in the day, late in the Moto, 16:22. And still a few laps to go before the Super Mini 1 12 to 15 will have this one in the history books. 8 laps down now for your leader. Last time around, he was 10.6 seconds ahead, now 10.4 seconds ahead, as Marchbanks has dropped his time from a 2:01 early on to a 2:08 here late in the day and late in the Moto. 2:09 for Derek Drake in 3rd. And waiting for Mashburn to check in and the number 4 spot. He was running some 19 seconds behind Derek Drake. So again, we're seeing what we saw a lot of in Moto 1 on Tuesday, and that is, of course, the big gaps in between positions out here. We're looking at 10s and 7s, all the way up to 20 seconds in the top 10 here between our competing riders. We got top 6 riders in with 8 laps, and
West
not
Kane,
a lot
we
of
need to see
changes.
in the tower. West Kane, get up here. I got a little intel for you.
Mason Gonzalez now up to the number 6 spot as he's gotten around Justin Rodbell, who now drops to the number 7 spot, but still maintains a 4th place overall position at the moment. He does that with a 6.57. And that gives Connor Molinex a little bit of breathing room there for his 3rd place overall. But Lance Kobush and Marchbanks, the 4 with a 2.11 and a 1.326 score for Lance Kobush. They're going to be tough to beat for 1st and 2nd. And unless the wheels falls off the program from Garrett Marchbanks, he's going to march right on down to the podium
5-time champ now.
Wow.
Dude, that's rare air. You know, you see guys with 2 or 3 championships, but you getting up on it to the 5, 6, and 7 titles. Then you got a kid like Jet Reynolds who's working on his 6th title. So that is some rare air for these Team Green riders, really starting to stack these championships up.
And I think it says a lot. It's quite an accomplishment and a feat in this day and age of technology and training and what these riders all go through, not just 1 or 2 elite riders, but there are several elite riders out there. And when you got this much talent coming together and you're able to still rise above the competition like that many times, yeah, you're right. That is pretty impressive.
Out of Utah and the hotbed of motocross now. That's where you want to live. Looks like everybody's going to move to Utah. You got Pierce Brown and Marchbanks, 2 of the premier mini cyclists in America from Utah, getting it done.
Well, so's Big Ray Butts, you know, from Rocky Mountain ATV
makes sense.
You know, maybe they've been jumping his beard. That's what they.
That sounds about right. That's the training. He just rolls the beard out there and gets them ready for the sand. It's real. Trying to plow through that beard.
They use his trimmings for
to make it rough and
make it
trim
rough.
his beard and sprinkle the beard trimmings out there and create ruts with them. We're ridiculous. 19 minutes into the moto here, Super Mini 1, 12 to 15. Garrett Marchbanks, he is comfortable out there. He's 10 seconds out front of Lance Kovish. Kovish is going to do good enough to get second in this championship. And Double D Derek Drake with that one miscue, that 36th place for Derek Drake. And that was the problem there. He could have been in contention for sure. And like we said, the ranch giveth and she taketh.
It most certainly does, you know, and we've seen a lot of exciting turns of event. You know, this year has offered up a lot of excitement, I think, from a lot of different standpoints, from a lot of different families. Though some have probably lived a dreaded week, many others have lived a dream week, a week that's better than what they thought possible coming down here. White flag is out on this one as we are in the Race Tech last lap, and checkers will be flying as Garrett Marchbanks makes it 5 championships.
Wow, he's running out of fingers, man. He's done with one hand. He's got 5 championships. Don't crash that motorcycle, Garrett. Wheel that bad boy right onto the podium. And he's still got a shot to walk away with 6 championships, I believe. We'll check, see how he's doing in his other classes. But
5-time amateur national champion Garrett Marchbanks.
We see you down there, Garrett. Smile under that helmet. We got you right here on RacerTV, and he is pumped up.
Man, what a feeling that's got to be for him. Really.
Good for him there. Getting it all set about him. Your championship picture looks like this. It's Garrett Marchbanks with 2 1-1 moto scores. Lance Kovish with that second place finish. 1-3-2 moto scores puts him in second overall. And Connor Mullinax, 4-4-5 moto scores, will find himself a top 3 finishing position in this overall championship. There's the results on RacerTV. We'll toss it down to Jason Wygant with a super happy Garrett Marchbanks. Jason?
Yeah, we're going to sort this out. Got Lance Kovish in second, and we're going to go to the 33. Tough luck this week for Derek Drake and some of the motos, but a nice bounce back to show up and put it into third. So we got to go under the tent. 33, Derek Drake will bring him up, representing the KTM Orange Brigade. Like we said, he had some tough luck early in the week, but a good solid moto here in what is always competitive, and I actually think more competitive than ever, the Super Mini class the last 3 or 4 years. So we'll bring him up after a hard-fought ride. Should be good enough for the bronze medal. 33, Derek Drake. I'm going to move you a little bit forward here. How'd it go, Derek?
It went all right, not the best I wanted to, but yeah, I just got some work on some things. Yeah, I'll be good for tomorrow.
I know you had some bad luck earlier in the week, but you feel good about the riding you've put in?
Yeah, I do. I'm happy with my riding. Well, except for that moto, that wasn't very good. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Cool. Who do you want to thank?
My mom and dad, Orange Brigade, KTM, Choi Design, Spy, FMF, Factory Connection, Pro Taper, Link Racing, 2X, GoPro, Stance, Alpine Star. Yeah. Oh, Nihilo. Thank you.
There it is. Let's hear it for our third place finisher, Derek Drake. We'll bring up our second place rider on the Kawasaki, the 99, the Jet Fighter. don't even know if he runs the dark goggles anymore. That's probably a thing from like 5 years ago in the 50 class. Looking for the 99. We're good. We got him. All right. I was blinded by the fan. Well, he had a shot at the title. He gave it everything he had. He's going to end up second, but there's nothing wrong with that. That is solid riding here at the ranch. Let's hear it for Lance Kobush. Well, you gave it everything you had trying to win that title. You went for it. That's no doubt about that.
Yeah, well, in my moto this morning, Super Mini 2, I had a pretty bad crash off the start, and I wasn't even sure that I was going to race this. But, you know, Iron Man, just push through it. You know, we can rest tomorrow, so I just laid it out all on the table and gave it everything I had. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
That's cool. Get to rest tomorrow, exactly. Who do you want to thank, Lance?
Ride Clothing for getting those 6 shirts over there, Jared and Jordan Brits, and so Monster Energy Kawasaki Team Green, PR2 Motors and Suspension, Thor, Dunlop, 100%. Got these fresh new goggles, man, they're looking sick. Alpine Star Boots, Kicker Audio, InStyle Graphics, AP Designs, Rental, Pro Circuit Pipes, my mom and dad, the man up above, God for keeping me safe, and my friends and family, everybody. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it for him. Lance Kobush, second place. And now it's time for the championship celebration. We'll bring our winner on up. He's walking. He's getting moving. And he's also even got a whole shot for good measure. 1-2 for the Kawasaki boys for this one. Come on up. And the record book says, that's cool. Little hug from the teammates there, the 2 Kawasaki riders. And 5 championships here at the ranch. We'll give the gold medal. And the whole shot award, here, we'll let them hold the whole shot award real quick. Take some pictures there, then we'll do the championship thing. Bell Helmet's whole shot award to Garrett Marchbanks. Now, the big celebration. We'll take this. We'll bring Kip from the AMA to the stage. Present the #1 plate. And the Shield Trophy. He's your champion, Super Mini, Garrett Marchbanks. We call him the man-child. Dialed in on the 85 last year, dialed in on the Super Mini this year. You're on fire, my man.
Well, thank you. I've just been working really hard this year to win another championship in the Super Mini, and just came out swinging, trying to win. I won the second moto. Took a second the first one, and just pushed the third one and got the whole shot and got the win. I'm super excited.
Tell me about the program. What kind of work did you put in to get ready for this?
I did a lot of working out and riding the bike. I did a lot of motos, a lot of cardio. I've just worked out so much and just rode so hard this year to win another one.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank, Garrett?
I thank the Lord for keeping me safe. Monster Energy, Kawasaki, Pro Circuit, JGR, Dunlop, Fox, Club X, Maxima, Traxxas. Everyone forgot. Thank you so very much.
This is it. Last year he was the Youth Rider of the Year here, and he keeps on rolling. Let's hear it for Garrett Marchbanks. That's your Super Mini. We're closing in on the end of a Friday. Really? It's the weekend. We get Saturday off, right, guys?